Hello and good day everyone. Today, we're going to talk about the type of sleeping patterns and how it affects our brain. And before anything else, I would like to introduce myself. I am Meljanri R. Aldaya. So, let's start. What is sleep? A dynamic activity. Until the 1950s, most people thought of sleep as a passive, dormant part of our daily lives. Fast forward 70 years and we now know that our brains are very active during sleep. Moreover, sleep affects our daily functioning and our physical and mental health in many ways that we are just beginning to understand. Neurotransmitters, neurons, spinal cords. These three are connected. Nerve signaling chemicals called neurotransmitters control whether we are asleep or awake by acting on different groups of nerve cells or neurons in the brain. Neurons in the brainstem, which connects the brain with the spinal cords and produce neurotransmitters such as serotonin and norepinephrine that keep some parts of the brain active while we are awake. Other neurons at the base of the brain begins signaling when we fall asleep. These neurons appears to switch off the signals that keep us awake. Research also suggests that a chemical called adenosines builds up in our blood while we are awake and causes drowsiness. This chemical gradually breaks down while we sleep. And how important our sleep is. We all know that sleep is a vital component of human health, and the amount of sleep a person needs changes with their age, and as with other body functions, sleep has patterns. So what are these patterns? Let's talk about sleeping patterns. So there are three types of sleeping patterns: the monophasic, biphasic, and polyphasic sleep pattern. And let's first talk about the monophasic sleep pattern. Monophasic sleep pattern is what today's society would refer to as a normal sleeping pattern. A monophasic sleep pattern is when an individual sleeps once per day, typically for 8 or so hours a night. There is, however, discussions that this has not always been the case. These sleep patterns became the norm during the Industrial Revolutions, longer than normal hours of working time. And next is biphasic sleep pattern. It is also referred to as segmented or bimodal sleep. Biphasic sleep is a sleep pattern in which a person splits their sleep into 2 main segments per day. They may sleep longer at night and then take a nap during the day, or they may split their nighttime sleep up into 2 segments. And lastly, the polyphasic sleep pattern. Polyphasic sleep pattern may also be referred to as a segmented sleep. Describe a sleep schedule with 3 or more sleep periods per day. Infants are prime examples of polyphasic sleepers as they sleep multiple times throughout the day. Polyphasic sleepers sleep in multiple segments per day. In addition, following a polyphasic sleep pattern doesn't necessarily reduce the total number of hours you sleep, but many people adapt polyphasic sleep as a way to reduce their overall sleep time and maximize their wakeful hours. In adulthood, however, polyphasic sleep can be a sign of a sleep disorder or a neurodegenerative disease like Alzheimer's when a person is not sleeping this way intentionally. For example, people with irregular sleep-wake rhythm disorder have disrupted circadian rhythms that cause to fall asleep and wake up at a random time throughout the day. Some people intentionally adopt a polyphasic sleep schedule in hopes of becoming more productive. For most people, however, following a polyphasic sleep schedule, particularly one that reduces your total sleep time below the recommended minimum, and it leads to sleep deprivation, and it is also associated negative physical and mental health outcomes. Sleep deprivation can result from poor sleep quality and insufficient sleep overall. Chronic sleep deprivation can increase your risk for serious health problems like heart or kidney disease, diabetes, stroke, high blood pressures, obesity, and depression. Sleep deprivations make us moody and irritable and impairs brain functions such as memory and decision making. It also negatively impacts the rest of the body, and it impairs the functioning of the immune system, for example, making us more susceptible to infection. And sleep deprivations impairs cognitive performance. The normal sleep-deprived Alzheimer's disease, and we all know that sleep is essential to eliminate this compound, which can form clumps in the brain that block essential pathways for memory. Sleep appears necessary for our nervous system to work properly. Too little sleep leaves us drowsy and unable to concentrate the next day. It also leads to impaired memory and physical performance and reduced ability to carry out math calculations. Sleep and sleep-related problem plays a role in a large number of human disorders and affect almost every field of medicine. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you all for listening and watching this video. Have a great day to everyone.